Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Holy FaceTime. This morning is September 20th, and on the Marian Calendar, I'm reading from Our Lady of Silverfoot at Toul, France. Toul in Lorraine, France. At Toul in Lorraine, there was a statue which, according to an ancient tradition, informed a woman on September 20th in the year 1284 of an act of treachery which was being planned against the city. The statue was called Our Lady of Silverfoot, or Notre Dame au Pied d'Argent in native French. The faithful keep the memory of this stone statue of the Blessed Virgin Mary, which was located just inside the entrance of the church and placed over a sculpted clam. In those days, there would be a lamp burning before it on feast days, and almost every day the faithful offered small candles, which they lit and rested on the circular iron candlestick that was placed before the statue. It was well known that several people who prayed before this statue were cured of various diseases, but the devotion and respect of the people toward this image grew more than ever at the time of Bishop Conrad, because of the miracle that occurred in the following manner. A woman named Helwood was in the cathedral Saint Etienne de Toul, praying to the Blessed Virgin for consolation and repose of the souls of her husband and daughter who had recently died. It was about midnight, when the canons were praying matins, that the Blessed Virgin Mary suddenly appeared to her. The Virgin Mary ordered Helwood to go immediately to find a man named Remir, who was the guardian of the door to the chair. The door to the chair gave access to the castrum, a little entrance to the city near Tanner Street. Helwood was urged to go quickly, for an enemy proposed to enter the city by the door and to set their homes on fire and fill the streets with blood. Regaining her senses after the vision, Helwood got up, feeling very puzzled, and she was hesitant about what she should do. Though as Rimbert's home was not far distant and was on her way anyway, she decided that she would indeed go there. And no sooner had Helwood stepped out of the church than she met the night watch patrol. And she told them the tale of her vision. And of course they responded by mocking her and making derogatory jokes. Despite this, two of them still decided to follow and actually see what would happen if Helwood could find the porter she sought. And the pair arrived with Helwood at the house and simply thrust the door open. And Rimbert sat on his bunk, seemingly startled, yet as if expecting the visit. Helwood briefly stated the purpose of her visit, and Rimbert exclaimed, "I had precisely the same vision and the same warning. I do not know if it occurred in my sleep or in a state of wakefulness, but I have been told the statue will move her foot in testimony of the truth." At these words, all those present were seized with a great desire to see such a prodigy. With a rush, they ran back to the cathedral and removed the candles and all that stood before the image. To their disappointment, they found that the Virgin's feet remained mostly hidden beneath the folds of the clothing of the statue as before. In the interim, several scholars and some laymen who were called to see the wonder arrived on the scene. Seeing that nothing was apparently going to happen, they began cursing all the rest as senseless interpreters of dreams. As they stood not far from the statue, many of them fell silent as they saw the statue suddenly move, as an entire foot of the Blessed Virgin Mary appeared from beneath the folds of her garment. Terrified but convinced, this time they all agreed to announce the peril which they now knew actually threatened them. Quickly rendering their thanks to Mary, they agreed to defend the city and call for reinforcements. They arrived just in time to take up their positions and to defend the entrance to the city with the assistance of the episcopal palace guards. A tremendous struggle occurred when the butchers broke down the door and entered the courtyard, but the defenders were committed to the fight and held their own. When reinforcements arrived, the invaders fell to the last man. To perpetuate the memory and recognize the protection granted to them by the Blessed Virgin Mary, the people of Toul had a shoe of pure silver made to cover the foot of the Blessed Virgin's statue. From that time on, the statue was known as Our Lady of Silverfoot. They also hung on the wall of the cathedral a picture which represented the heavenly vision, and Mary was declared patroness of the city. The image of Our Lady of Silverfoot was venerated in the city and the surrounding area, and in case of threat of any public calamity, the Blessed Virgin was invoked, and henceforth the statue would be carried in procession through the streets of the city. The magistrates themselves considered it to be an honor to take the statue upon their own shoulders. Pilgrimages were made to Our Lady of Silverfoot, prayers answered and graces bestowed, and miracles wrought. The original statue of Our Lady of Silverfoot was destroyed during the ravages of the French Revolution and was replaced later by a modern statue that was stolen in 1980. The Gothic cathedral was repaired after being damaged during the French Revolution, but still awaits repair after damage caused when it was struck during aerial bombardment in the Second World War. There was once also a monastery at Toul, but no trace of it remains. So here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. Another fantastic incidents and intercession of our Blessed Mary coming to the aid of this town and preventing it from being burned and helping the citizens fight off the intruders. Blessed Virgin Mary, thank you for the many, many times you intercede in our lives without us even knowing that you're present, and that you're always on call, always there waiting for us to call on you. So anyway, until next time, God bless you all. Blessed be his holy name. Blessed be the adorable face of Jesus. Bye now.